a warm welcome to all of you who are attending this master class. This master class, we will have a PowerPoint presentation first. There is a presentation from SMPT, also followed by one technical presentation from the Academy's Science and Technology Council. We were supposed to have somebody live from Hollywood via Skype, but because of the Thanksgiving holidays in US, for the entire week the offices are closed. So, the Academy has sent me the PowerPoint presentation by email, which I will be showing it to you. So, let us start with SMPT as we call. SMPT India section, actually we started in 2012, but SMPT has a long history. Let us know exactly how we started. In the early 1900s, the soon to be motion picture industry was unorganized, lacking structure and leadership. The equipments were built differently, and at the same time the world war was also threatening, the first world war. US government attempted to bring order to this industry by creating a body, because the very first use of the film was used for training the military. It was not for entertainment those days, and it was for training the military. That is why the US government demanded that this should be organized in a better fashion. So, they called an inventor from Washington DC named C.F. Jenkins to chair the organization. Jenkins had developed the first motion picture projector in 1895 along with Thomas Armat, as well as several unique imaging devices such as an underwater camera and a panoramic camera for aerial views, and please keep in mind this was in 1895. After two unsuccessful attempts at starting this organization, Jenkins met with two of his close colleagues to discuss a solution, and this was at the very same place, which is the boardwalk of the Atlantic City in New Jersey. And during the spring of 1915, this was decided that a society should be formed. 1 year later, in July of 1916, the three men along with 7 additional engineers met in Washington DC, and a unanimous decision was made to create a society of engineering specialists in the motion picture field. And SMPT has a long history and everything is documented. So, this is the certificate of incorporation dated 24th of July 1916. All the documents related to SMPT and all the journals from the day 1 of 24 July 1916 have been digitized and are available on the SMPT website. SMPT is an accredited standards body accredited by ANSI and ISO. It develops standards for motion picture, digital cinema and television. The applications include acquisition, contribution, post production, distribution, station operation, theatre operation and D-cinema packaging. Any project that meets established criteria will be accepted by SMPT for standardization. What exactly SMPT do? Other than standardization, it also has conferences, joint programs with NAB in Las Vegas every year, IBC in Amsterdam every year, and ASC, American Society of Cinematographers, in October in Los Angeles every year. It also has local sections in various countries and provide test materials. This is a view from the SMPT 3D conference in Hollywood, and you can see the attendance over there. This typical conference which is a digital cinema conference always gets I am talking about those things. I am coming to the digital cinema technology. So, we also have various awards, honors and awards. All the information about this SMPT is available in programs and conferences, standards, local section, membership and the journal. As I told you, there is a exhaustive website www.smpt.org, which gives lot of information about what we do. All the journal issues from 1916 to 2012 are also included and available on the website. The SMPT logo also changed from time to time to embrace the new technologies. The old logo was with a CRT and a sprocket, and the new logo has a global thing, film on one side and digital on the other side. Now SMPT, as you know, is consists of memberships, standards and education. Many inputs develop the industry wide standard. How we develop the standards? We take inputs from various organizations, and SMPT is the body which develops the standards. So these are the organizations: International Telecommunication Union, Audio Engineering Society, then Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. Like there are various organizations including DCI, the Digital Cinema Initiative. The standards are developed only by SMPT. All other bodies can recommend the practices, and they can recommend to the SMPT to make the standards. So what are the standards now available for digital cinema? There are various standards in the making for digital cinema, as you can see from this chart. We have also kept the chart outside the hall for you to see in more detail. There are 48 different standards in the making for digital cinema. These are in the areas of production, post production, packaging, security management, projection, exhibition and reference. And the standards for digital cinema, which we are talking today in detail, is the D Cinema Digital Leader, to be used by post production facilities as leaders and footers, and also for D Cinema Distribution Masters. And there is one more thing which is available now, is Digital Projection Verifier, or we call it as D Pro. This has to be used as a set of DCPs in theaters for checking the digital projection performance. This was very recently introduced last year in Hollywood in October 2012, and now it is available in India also. Now what exactly this does? SMPT D Pro, this comes as a DCP package with a KDM, and the KDMs are given once you sign an agreement, a particular cinema chain or a particular theater signs an agreement with the SMPT. What it can check is various aspect ratios from flat to cinemascope, the alignment, focus, gamma check, black and white reference, color patches, saturated and unsaturated, skin tones. This is also available for various frames per second from 24, 25, 30, 48 and 50 frames per second. It is also available for 2D and 3D. For 3D you get two separate signals, left and right, to check. Now this is how exactly it will look like. So we have various checkpoints at, can you just dim the lights please? This checks various focus at various four corners, checks aspect ratios, and this is like a 3-minute film. We run it through a digital projector and check all these parameters. It also checks the skin tones. There is a dark skin tone and a fair skin tone, and this is a line which actually checks the resolution also. So when you have a 2K resolution and above, this line will remain straight when you are projecting this particular film. It has got gradients in color, the basic colors red, green and blue, and also the complementary colors yellow, magenta and cyan. It has also got gradients in black and white, and you can check many parameters. There is a complete check system available with this as a manual, and you can check all these things. There are two ways how you can check it. Either you can check it with a meter, Photo Research PR655, which is a model which we have used to check the projection performance. This meter particularly gives you a chromaticity diagram. So you can actually check the white point, the center point of this, and if you try to match these white points in all the screens, that means your colors will look alike in all the digital screen. And why we need this particularly for digital screen? When a film was processed in a film processing laboratory, the prints were made in the laboratory and the laboratories were responsible for the colors. So, and these colors, when you process a print in a lab, the colors are locked. You cannot change these colors in a theater.
I wanted to ask, even sir, to you that we can point out the problems between shooting a film, exhibition of the film, and sound problems and display problems and all those things. SMPT is setting up some kind of a standard. What is the collaboration between you, RAFE, and PVR Cinemas? What is the exchange between you? Because then only some output will come out. You know?
I will explain this. Now, as you know, SMPT is quite new in India as a section also, and the earlier problem was that if you can't do billing from India, for people to contact the SMPT headquarters in New York was difficult. Not everybody was comfortable talking to the headquarters. First of all, there is a time difference. You can't talk every day, I mean every time you can't talk to them in the night. You should have somebody available in India to talk to, Indian person who can. That's why the reason to set up a section in India was to understand India's problem and to convey to them. So that we have definitely crossed that barrier. Now we have a permanent office in Mumbai where you can also make payments in Indian rupees, and there is the administrative office which takes care of your calls, your emails. We can address all the issues. This was one of the barriers to bring the standards to India. Now that barrier is over. We are trying to popularize this by talking at various forums like film festivals, at some of the cinematographer association, and I've been getting very good response from many people, because this is a problem which has been faced not only by Hindi but regional and all over India. So this is a problem, and what I personally feel is, as a SMPT section head, we have to talk to only few bigger chains of multiplexes. We don't have to talk to too many people. Once we are able to convince them, and once they decide to use these standards, one major chain will do it first, and then others will also follow. I have been already getting inquiries from the two big multiplex chains in India about the standardization, and I hope to sign these agreements before the January of 2014. So definitely we expect some standardization to start by January, and already people are aware and they are contacting us. So we don't want that each and every person has to contact us. Even the multiplex chain, which represent like 400, 500 multiplex, if they contact us, we can definitely do.
And is the production houses, the studios are also involved in this chain interaction?
We will be developing two different standards. One is for projection, and a similar standard, like we call it's a digital leader for the post-production houses. So we are also in touch with the post-production houses, and particularly, as you know, in Mumbai there are many people who are doing their post-production, even from other parts of India. So we are already in touch with the SMPT is a very well-known brand for all these people. It's not that we have to introduce the brand, only we have to introduce the standards. And it is becoming easy. We have got a lot of good response. In fact, that is why even IFFI also wanted that we should do standardization of the IFFI screens. So it started last year. Last year was the first official standardization we did from SMPT at IFFI, and they found the response was very good. They have invited us again this year. They also want to have a master class from SMPT. So this is an indication that at every level, from government to the corporate, people are accepting us. And it's a question of time now when we sign those agreements. And the money involved is very nominal. I mean, it's not going to be like you will be spending a lot of money on it. So it might be.
The money part is something completely separate. But if is something happening from cinematographer's side or say theater owner's side or.
See, as you know, we are not a body like Western India. Cinematographers Combined is a group of cinematographers. We come together and hold an event, and we go to, like we went to PVR. It was on initiative of Mr. Bijli, who is the owner of PVR. He wanted the projections to be better. And I met Mr. Nagesh, and he was so helpful. He said, you people come and guide us. You know, so I feel it's a lack of information. You know, he was so forthcoming. He said, you people come and guide us, you know, and our projection rooms are open to you. So you can come and, you know, you can measure the screens and tell us what to do. It's just that we are all working cinematographers, so we have not been able to come together and establish this practice. So it's a question, I really know, and I've been spending 2 days with him, how difficult his job is. So it's not about blaming anybody, you know, it's about gradual build-up so that all of us have the information, we have the conviction कि ये करना है.
No,
Because Vivek, I'll tell you, you know, what we have lost, you know, we have lost very important work, like sir was saying, that he went to see something like Life of Pi, which is brilliantly done, you know, and if you're wearing dark glasses and the projection is not bright enough, the day will never look like day. So it's not just brightness going down, you know, that seaside will look something, you know, it won't look like an outdoor day at all. Our work, you know, work of very well-known cinematographers like Ashok Mehta and Mr. Rajan Kothari, who were working with tonalities, you know, and who were not working in high contrast. Their works were absolutely lost on our cinema screens because they were working in subtle tones. So it's a big loss. So we have to understand that we have to do something and gradually build up. We hope to, I mean, I'm so happy Mr. Nirgudkar has taken this initiative, and SMPT is the right organization, you know, we can support. I've said we'll, as cinematographers combined, we will support, and whatever help they need, we will provide them in popularizing their, you know, this display which is there attached.
We are actually working on definitely all the festivals who wants to use SMPT standard, it is complimentary. I can definitely arrange for any festival in India who wants to use SMPT standard, whether it is 10 days, 15 days, whatever time. And they have to just give me their server numbers in advance so that we can provide KDMs. And that offer is open for any festival in India. And also we would like to extend this very soon to the student community, particularly the film institutes, where they use this projection, where they teach about the projection also. So all these things, the consensual things are available from SMPT. SMPT also, at some places, there are separate funds created for student membership. So the student membership is paid from that fund. So somebody who wants to make a member and get more information from SMPT can become a free member. Student member only. So there are various schemes available, and definitely gradually we'll bring those things to India. We need to increase the awareness about SMPT and the standards in India. So that takes time, but now gradually we are getting very good response, and the soon we do it, we are definitely getting funding from US, the SMPT headquarters, for our activities in India also.
Sir, I have a question for you. You said SMPT is working on two different categories. One is for the post-production and one is for the exhibition. And how these two is going to come together? Like
the standards are common. Basically means if you use a digital leader for your post-production, and if you confirm the look on your digital display, whatever, it might be a film projector, I mean a digital projector or a monitor, calibrated monitor. If you confirm that look over there, since you are using the same SMPT leader and the same SMPT D Pro is used in a particular screen, both will automatically match each other. So you don't have to again calibrate the theater. So whatever you see in the DI facility will obviously you'll see the same thing, same result in the theater also, if both are calibrated to the same SMPT standard. And we are already, as I told you, I'm not only talking to the multiplex owners, but also some DI facilities. They have shown interest because this is a very nominal thing. I mean, just having a leader from SMPT. You have already used SMPT leaders for other, when the film was being used. So this is a common practice for people. They will use it. it was the awareness that these products are now available in digital, which was not there, and we are creating that awareness through various forums like this. We will be also talking to various film schools independently and creating this aware. So once people are aware, once students are aware, everybody is aware in the technical community is aware from the film industry, they will promote these standards.
There's one more paradox like that. If someone mixing the format, shooting in film or a digital camera or a very low grade like presumably cameras like 5D, RED or Alexa as well as film, and if you are using the same in the same sequence, I have shot that and it doesn't match. Even you take it to DI, the image is not going to match. You have a certain standard.
I understand exactly what you're talking. There is a common standard also developed by Academy. It's called ACES, Academy Color Encoding System.
Okay.
And they take care of these various origination, various capture formats, various platforms. And as I told you, both SMPT and Academy working together on developing various standards. Ideally, we don't want too many people interfering with development of standard. Otherwise, if we develop too many standards, again those won't be followed. So the standard should be as less as possible so that automatically that becomes a common standard. If we have 10 different standards, then people are not going to use that. Then choosing the standard will be a difficulty. So as less as standard is a better situation. And that's why we are working together with various organizations, including EBU, European Broadcasting Union, because majority of our films are now also shown on television. And we want to see that what you see in a DI facility also reaches to the television monitor the same way.
No, I'm taking Suman sir's question. Is like that
Yeah.
is right in the beginning, like acquisition.
Acquisition part is taken care by the ACES. We can give you some more information, and it's also available. That information is available on the Oscars website, www.oscars.org. You go to Science and Technology Council, and you get more information about the ACES. In fact, I want the Academy to do some presentation about ACES in future in India to understand how these things will work together.
ACES is the only standardization for image acquisition as of now. Very few post-production setups have actually acquired the ACES workflow. And even the entire ACES workflow has not been written completely. It has been written. It gets written once the the data is provided by the camera manufacturer. So all the camera manufacturers have also not given the data to the Academy for the IO to be written.
Yeah. So many, as I told you, both Academy, Science and Technology Council and SMPT are working together on this. So this is a common format available now. ACES is being followed at many places in India.
So you mean like if the color, the sampling and the beat rate and everything is standardized, maybe up to a certain level, and then the final image will be looking the same as you desire. It's possible.
See, even for the DI which we have now, which was there for the last 8-10 years, there was a standardization. The 10-bit DPX log system was very well standardized as far as the lab was concerned. And that standardization prevails all over the world. It was, with the ACES, you will get something which the camera manufacturer will agree and has provided for a general, setup which will be applicable all over the world. But there was a standardization even for the DI which we have been doing for so long.
Yeah, that's there.
And it's a very well calibrated system, how you should scan the film, how you should project it, how should the negative be written out. So there was a very strong standardization on it.
Any more questions from the audience? So I would like to sum up now. First of all, I thank all of you to be here to understand what are the challenges faced in digital cinema, including the standardization of digital cinema in India. And it was really a very good interaction after our panel discussion that you asked us many questions, and I hope all the answers are not ready at the moment, but we are evolving the answers, and there will be various forums and various locations where we'll have this meeting to understand everybody's problem, because India is a big country. We have definitely different problems from different area, and the problems will be addressed. We will definitely work for a common standard for projection, which is the currently we are working on, and definitely other standards as and when they are made from SMPT will be available as soon as, as they are available to other part of the world, immediately it will be available in India, because we have now a section in India. We are also trying to bring some more experts from abroad at various forums in India to address and understand exactly the Indian situation, where, as I told you, we are also want to have the standardization committee meetings in India to understand our problems. So these are the things which will gradually follow. I thank the International Film Festival of India, Government of India and the INB Ministry and the Entertainment Society of Goa for giving us an opportunity to be here to do this master class. I thank Mr. Rafe Mahmood and Mr. Nagesh Bangera for coming to Goa to take part in this panel discussion in spite of their busy schedule in Mumbai. So, and I thank all of you being here. I hope this is just the beginning of our discussion, and we'll continue. This is a topic which we want to understand, that everybody in the technical community understand the need of the standardization, and we'll work towards a common goal for the entire country. Thank you.